But I want to show you one that comes out of that particular book, and it involves a rope, a little bit longish rope, but this rope reminds me of life. There's a beginning and there's an ending. And of course, life has all sorts of ups and downs and twists and turns. In fact, sometimes life, like my rope, gets a little bit frayed around the edges. Life's always not quite what it's meant to be. But what I want to do is get some help from some of you. How about you two ladies? Would you like to step into my office for a moment? This is where I work, here in my office. Can you hold that end of my rope? Thank you very much. Can you come this end and hold that end? Thanks. So this is meant to be life, fairly smooth and trouble-free. But I have a metal ring. It is a solid metal. If you'd like to examine the ring, you can have a look at it. It's definitely a solid ring. And it's to remind me of the things that come into our lives and spoil our lives. So I'll just borrow your end and I'll put that in there like that. So here, the things that come into our lives and spoil our lives. Thank you. Because sometimes life doesn't go just like it ought to go, does it? Things twist our lives. I'm thinking now about the bad habits, the kind of things we do that are wrong, that get a grip on our lives. I mean, I doubt that you wake up in the morning and think to yourself, what can I do today to make my mother really angry? I doubt you think like that. I hope you're not trying to make your mothers angry. But unfortunately, because these bad habits have a grip on our lives, it happens at times. Can I borrow your end? And we'll give it back to you like that. And here you can see our lives are kind of all twisted up in knots. Can you come again, my friend? Grab a hold of this. Pull hard. It's not going to come off, is it? No, thanks. You're very strong, but it's not going to come off. It's kind of stuck. There it is. This is sin, and it's in our lives, and there's just no way that we can get it out of there. Well, in our own strength. I have some good news, and the good news is Jesus. I have this red silk that reminds me of the blood of Jesus, and the reason why he came at that very first Christmas was to do something on the cross for us. His blood was shed, and it's possible now for our sin to be forgiven, for it to come away from our life. There's that solid ring, which in our own strength we can't get off of there, but possible for us to be forgiven, our lives to be cleaned up because of what it was that Jesus did for us. How about a big round of applause for my two helpers? Thank you very much. We grip the bottom of the ring and turn it to your right and then hook it up just a little bit. I'll show that again. If you twist it and lift it, then you end up with the rope on the outside there, above the rope on the inside, but you want that rope on the inside on your side so you can see what's happening. A twist to the right and lift it. When you borrow the other end, we must make a mirror image so that the rope that's on the top is the rope going toward the outside on both sides. When you give the bottom to an audience member to pull, no matter how hard they pull, it won't come off. You must remember though that this is the top, and when you pull, you will pull from the top. If you need to, grip the rope to make it a little bit looser, and then simply pull it, probably with a little twist, and away it comes quite easily.